What's up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Where's Hopkins, SoundCloud, and everybody else who doesn't watch my videos? It's your boy Tone coming to you with another disturbing story. Of course, the nation is in shock about Aaron Alex, the African-American, I believe, male from the naval base who shot and killed 13 people. At first they thought it was 12, but then they found out it was 13, and this happened not too long ago. Everybody pretty much knows what the media tells us about the story. And one of the things I wanted to bring up that was very interesting, of course, I have some video that I'm going to show you of, and the video is chopped up not by me, but by whoever got a hold of the footage. And it will show him pretty much parking and then coming into the facility with a gun. I want to send my condolence out to the family. I'm ex-military. You know, I was in during Desert Storm in Army Fort Dix, New Jersey, and then I went to Germany. And I want to say something. When I was in Germany, and I know this is not about me at all, but this is about the military. This is a spin I want to take because a lot of people have reported this, but I don't know how many of them were in the military. But as somebody who was in the military, I was in the military at 19 years old, 20 some odd years ago. Yes, I'm old. And not knowing it, you don't know too much at 19. You know what I mean? You just take the world as it comes, you know. And they sent me to Germany, which was fine. You know, Germany was beautiful and I would love to go back. And I was assigned to 32nd ADCOM, AAD. Pretty much we had a general. We were right there in Darmstadt, 20 minutes west of Frankfurt, I think. Quote me on that, but we were 20 minutes from Frankfurt. And there was a young lady there. And basically she was pretty wild. You know, she was excessively loud and flirting with a lot of the guys. I don't know if she was promiscuous or not. I believe she was. I had two roommates, and one of them decided, you know, hey, he wanted to get with her. And, you know, I felt some type of way about that. Not that I liked her, but, you know, I believe it was God telling me to disturb whatever they were about to do. And basically, while they were in there doing whatever, it was him and another guy in there with her, and I don't know what they were doing, but they were in the room next to me, and and I was like, something's not right. So my spirit was disturbed by whatever they were about to do, and I wasn't hating on nobody, but you know, when God tells you to do something, when He just suddenly impresses upon you to move. You need to move. Something needs to happen. You need to do something. And basically, long story short, I knocked on the door and I kept knocking on the door and they didn't want to let me in. I didn't want to come in. I wanted them to come out. And I kept knocking on the door, and they were pretty pissed at me because I was disturbing whatever they were doing, and they told me that I was nosy. And I just kept calling the guy's name, like, I didn't say come out or anything. I just kept knocking on the door because the spirit just kept telling me knock on this door. And eventually, you know, they stopped whatever they were doing. I went back into my room. My roommate wasn't happy with me, but he wasn't pissed at me, you know, but the other guy, he was kind of like, you know, you messed up my play or whatever. Anyways, basically not too long after, that same individual was high or something. And she went outside of the base, climbed into a civilian's window and cut his neck from ear to ear. almost decapitating him. She left the knife on him, climbed back out of the window, came onto the base, went upstairs, one flight above us is where the women were, and mind you, we're all in the same building, and told her roommate that I just killed somebody. What's really scary is that could have been any one of us. She was so out there, and I remember her name, and I'm not going to say it. I remember what she looked like. I'm not going to give a description. I don't know what happened to her. But her roommate was like one of these very silly, happy-go-lucky type of women. But when she heard that, she immediately went and told the CQ. The CQ called the police and kind of found out that it was true. I don't know how many years she got. It was a long time ago, and so on and so forth. There has been military people flipping out. I was in during Desert Storm, and during Desert Storm, there, stateside. I was stateside, and there was also a guy who actually came onto our base, one barracks over from mine, and shot his wife. And then he left and shot and killed himself. I didn't even know until I woke up the next day, and then they was talking about it. So I said all that, and I have a lot more to say, but I said all that to say that it could have happened to any one of us. It could have happened to any. I'm so sorry, because it could have happened. It could have happened to any one of us. And in the report, they say that Aaron Alex shot and killed these people, and it didn't seem like he had a pattern. In the cases I was talking about, the guy killed his wife. He didn't kill her. He actually shot her. He hit her in the shoulder. She fell. He thought he killed her, then he killed himself. The young lady who cut the guy from ear to ear, there were drugs involved. So it wasn't random, but nonetheless, she was so high up on drugs, she could have killed any one of us. She could have stabbed any one of us. This guy, what he did was very, very random. Also, I want to, on another note, there's so much to look at, and I'm going to show you some pictures that they found of the shotgun and the weird writings that were on a shotgun. Now, this is kind of spaced out, what I'm about to say here. For one, it says that he tried to contact them in August. So he tried to contact the police. And when he contacted the police, he said, he contacted the police and he complained, and I'm trying to read this, that 3 people were following him, sending vibrations into his body and talking to him through the floor and ceiling. I don't know if CNN or whoever reported this had said this. I didn't look at too many stories about it because I thought it was just horrific. But I wanted to bring up that point that, of course, a lot of people are going to say, this sounds like some, really, really weird stuff. We don't know if it's true, it's alleged, so on and so forth. But I look at this and, I look at the story and I try to read more into it without a biased opinion and without trying to offend anybody. And I just look at all the details of what led up to this according to him. That's what's given us. And I'm looking at the fact that he said Alex reported believing he was being influenced by low frequency. Now, we know what low frequency noises is, 2 hertz, 3 hertz, But low frequency electromagnetic waves, according to the official of the press conference. And mind you, he was in the military. So what I'm saying is, I'm wondering if anybody's even looking into this. If electromagnetic waves can disturb an individual. Because there are a lot of shootings happening, and they're mass shootings. They're shooting people at random. Now, this man believed that people were talking to him. They believed that they were talking to him through the ceiling and through the floor. So in his history, they also talked about how he was, he had mental issues, like he was already disturbed. But I'm just wondering if anybody in the special science division or the paranormal division is looking into that. Don't just shun that off like it's nothing, because it could happen again. And as somebody who has been in close range of this, it could happen to anyone. No one is exempt. No one is exempt. Now, I'm not saying that's why he went off, but I'm saying he reported it himself. He called the police and said, this is what's happening to me. I'm just wondering if anybody investigated, if anybody took it seriously instead of saying, oh, that's just hocus pocus, mumbo jumbo. He's been watching too much Supernatural, which is a show, by the way. Somebody needs to look into that. Because if it can make a soldier just randomly take a shotgun and go and do what he did, this is supposed to be somebody with a stable, reserve. What about somebody who doesn't have that training? Who basically can happen to anybody. And we see all the mass shootings happening all over the country, even in other countries. But it's scary to think that somebody next to you could be influenced by this. And I'm just gonna put it out there. I think there's something to it. I'm not saying that is the complete cause, but I'm saying that what he said was so convincing that there's something to it. And we need to look into that. I'm just praying for his family. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless them and comfort them in the best way he can. And I'm so sorry for your loss. This is Tone 202. Peace.